Hey everyone, I'm notsoAceTrainer, and first of all, thank you so much for all of your support. Together we made it past 5,000 subscribers and I never thought that would happen, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this whole journey. This simply could not have happened without you. Every comment, every joke, every theory, every time you interacted with me or the content, it just made all of this possible, and once again, I thank you so much for all of that. So this video is the usual video where I talk about the future of the channel for the next year, 2025 in this case, but today we have a special thing, a Q&A, because 5,000 subscribers, I gotta do a Q&A, I gotta be a real YouTuber, So first, let's start with the future. In January, like usual, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. I'm gonna have only one video per week instead of 2 videos per week. It's gonna come out on Tuesdays, so instead of 8 videos per month, you're gonna have 4, and then in February we get back to the usual Tuesday-Friday schedule. I'll also be taking my break from streaming the whole month, and then I'll be back in February, both on YouTube and Twitch, like always, every day except the weekends I'll be streaming, so be sure to check it out. I'm gonna do more fun stuff this year, I hope. I'll also use this time to prepare for next year in terms of like visuals and stuff like that. I'll also use it to work on other projects that I haven't been able to work on, which you can keep track of by joining my Discord or following me on Instagram on both my notsoAceTrainer account or my actual personal account, I don't mind that. The content you can expect from the channel going forward is gonna be pretty much the same kind of content. Pokémon theories, Pokémon speculation, discussions, things that make you talk about this beautiful franchise. And all of it, of course, remember, leak-free. No leaks here, you won't be spoiled with random things or waste your time with rumors or potential leaks. I don't like that. The daily shorts will also continue the WTF is this Pokémon series, and depending on how many Pokémon are introduced in Z2A, we are done with every Pokémon for now this year. As you can see, I'm happy with the content I'm making, the style of content, the content of the content. I just want to learn new skills to make it more entertaining to all of you. So that is my goal for 2025, to actually learn something that makes the content look better or be more entertaining to you all. And with Z2A on the horizon, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about, like 100%. As for you, you should absolutely join the Discord, because that's where the most changes will happen. There will be shiny giveaways, there will be community tournaments with fun stipulations, there will be shiny tournaments that will have prizes, and everyone is invited. You just have to be on the Discord, so join it. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. As for YouTube goals, since you kinda have to set those, I wanna reach 7,000 subscribers in 2025. I know it's tough, but this was a year without any new Pokemon game, and we did well, so I believe we can do it together. And you can help me reach that by watching, by liking, by commenting, by sharing my videos, or watching the streams and just having fun. And you can even join as a member or a Twitch subscriber. You'll never find me begging for the Twitch subscribers or the channel members, but I'm very, very thankful to everyone that throughout my career went out of their way to do that. It has helped tremendously in improving my equipment and my videos. So, fun content and tinfoil hat theories, and also community stuff to make people talk more and more about Pokemon. Those are my goals to make you have a better time in 2025. Join the Discord, follow my socials, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful 2025 together. And now, with that out of the way, it's time for some questions. I will be looking at this screen in order to read them, so if you see me looking to the side, that's what I'm doing. By the way, they're also separated by topics, so let's have the first weird ones out of the way. A Gigashad is here asked, on a scale of 1 to 17, what's your favorite color of the alphabet? And I believe it is fish. I believe fish is the answer to that one. Odd Cypher asked, do you think Voltorb and Electrode trainers face discrimination from TSA when trying to take their plane? I believe so. I can definitely see Voltorb and Electrode being a hazard. I could definitely see that being a thing, yeah. Zane asked, nothing. Zane just said, not a question, just here to be in the conversation. You are, Zane. You are in the conversation. And I think those are all the weird ones out of the way. So let's go for some Pokemon related ones. Oliver Art asks, if you were turned into a Pokemon Vitamin, which one would it be and why? I think I'd go for Carbos for speed. I think speed would be pretty cool to have. I sometimes feel like if I was just a little bit faster, just a little bit, I could do a lot more things. And well, Carbos it is. Gym Leader JC asks, if you were a gym leader, what would your type and team be? So, as a type, it would be the Steel type. I mean, Berserker would have to be on the team. It is my mascot. I love the Pokemon. And I think, and this is not going to be balanced at all. I'm not very good at those things. So, I'm going to go with 4 since usually gym leaders don't have a full team. So, I'd go with Berserker, Tinkaton, Corviknight, and maybe Metagross. I kind of like Metagross, so I would have all of those. If it's that balanced, you tell me in the comments because I have no idea about those things. Like VGC really isn't my place. I really do not understand a lot about it. Unlimited Magic 7 asks, what was your first starter Pokemon? Well, when I started playing Pokemon, I did not play in my console because I did not have one. So I was playing on other people's consoles, and my first starter was a Charmander in Pokemon Red, I believe. When I first got a console, that was a Game Boy Advance with Pokemon Gold, my first starter, so the one I consider my first starter, was a Totodile. And to this day, it is my favorite starter. They have yet to break the peak that is Totodile. Nagi asks, what's your top 5 Pokemon? Well, Berserker is one of them, Mimikyu is another one, Ho-Oh is one as well. The fourth one, Hoopa, I'd put Hoopa there for sure. Now, a fifth Pokemon, that's a tough one. Like, when you have to decide the last one of something, it's a tough one. So, a lot of Pokemon could be in that spot. I'd say Go-Goat is one of them. I really love Go-Goat, and I can't wait to ride one in Kalos. Please let me ride one in Z2A. Gym Leader JC and Nagi asked the same question. What's your top 5 shiny Pokemon? So, my favorite shiny Pokemon is the Cantonian Ninetales shiny. I think it is just amazing. Ho-Oh is another close second, so those two are up there for sure. Very basic, but come on. Shiny Rayquaza just looks amazing. Very glad we just had one. The other two though, I don't know what to make of them. What are the other two shinies that are very cool that I just instantly think of them? I think Vigavolt shiny looks pretty awesome, so I'll go that for the fourth. And as for the fifth, the only one that comes to mind is because of a bet that I made recently, but it really is a very, very cool shiny, and that's Spinarak. I think Spinarak looks awesome as a shiny, so I'll have Spinarak as on the top 5 of my shinies. It's probably going to be different if you ask me, like, I don't know, 1 month from now, but for the most part, those will be the shinies that I'll save. At least the Ho-Oh, the Cantonian Ninetales, and the Vikavolt, I think I would say all of them. I love Mimikyu as well. I love the shiny Mimikyu as well. It's like black and white and all that, very noir. Very, very cool as well. Negi asks, if you could change one Pokemon's shiny color, which Pokemon would you choose and what colors would you change? Well, the first one that comes to mind is Gengar. I do like white Gengar for the regular Gengar as well, not just the Mega form. I think white Gengar just makes sense. It's a ghost, you know, ghosts are spooky, they are white and all that, you know? So, Gengar, white Gengar would be my shiny, my fan-made shiny, I guess, which probably is a lot of people's fan-made shiny, but you know, I am a very basic person in some of my decisions. Kuri-chan asks, what country do you want the next region to be based off of? Well, Greece. I really do believe Greece would do a wonderful, wonderful Pokemon region, not because it is a beautiful country, it is, but also because the mythology is so well known that I really, really want to see what they would do with it. There's so much about it, and I really feel like they would do a wonderful job. They always do for the most part. Sichan asks, what would you say was the first Pokemon? Well, I know this is going for the Bulbasaur, Mew, Arceus, and Rhydon situation, but lore-wise, and I have to go for lore, I am a lore channel, I'd say Arceus is the first Pokemon. I would love if you get like the reveal of the pre-Arceus Pokemon, but you know, then you would ask what was the pre-Arceus Pokemon, but I think I'm gonna go with Arceus. I think Arceus is my answer. SurgCM10 asks, also, what would be your idea for the best post-game for a main series game? Well, I'd have to go back to Johto. Johto really had like a wonderful idea for a post-game, something that took us to a region that we already knew but saw it in a different way. And while Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy are in a different region, and one of them is one that we know, we're not really exploring Unova, we're not really seeing what the time passing did to it. So I really feel like going to a region, exploring something that we have explored in the past but with a different setting, just makes it really, really cool and really, really memorable. I don't know if they'll ever do it again, but honestly, Johto is still talked about today, and one of the reasons is that. I really feel like that is the post-game for me. I love exploring, I love catching Pokemon, so give me something where I explore and catch Pokemon, and make it something that I already know, but it's different, and you'll have me like searching for clues about everything. I love that. So that is my answer. I know it's not a lot of people's answers. Some people's answers are probably going to be like, you know, Battle Frontier. and that's fine, just not my answer. Gym Leader JC asks, what inspired you to create your channel? Well, this is a story I told a lot of times, but 2021, pandemic, nothing to do, I decided to go and watch some PokeTube. I haven't done that in years, so, you know, let's see what people are talking about. It's the 25th anniversary almost, so people are going to be making all kinds of cool theories and predictions and all that. They weren't. They were just potential rumors and potential leaks, and this is a leak, this is a rumor, and all that. And I was like, what? Is this what content became on YouTube for Pokemon? Where are my favorite creators? And then I found them, but they were being drowned out by all of that content that isn't really content. They're not really creating anything. They were just reading stuff from a website. Like they were just reading stuff from 4chan or from Reddit or whatever. And I was like, are they really creators? You know, if they're not creating, I don't like this. Nobody's talking about Pokemon. Nobody is making their own thing, you know? It's like Riddler said X. You know, they're not really creating. They're just parroting something else they heard. I hate that. It's still going on, but I decided to try and do what I would have loved to have found on YouTube. And this is it. This is what I'm doing. This is basically it. Gym Leader JC asks again, what's your favorite theory you've come up with so far? That's a really hard one. I think that from recent videos, the one I really enjoyed was the one about Ruin. You know, like a secret power underneath Lumiose City that would start like, you know, corrupting Pokemon in a way. The reason for AZ's Floette flower and the Light of Ruin move. But from older videos, there's one about like the timeline secret about Gita connecting it to the Ultra Space and the Ultra Recon Squad and Annabelle, you know, all of that I really enjoyed and it barely got any views. But I really like that video and I'm gonna give the link to both of them right here, so check it out if you want. It's fun, I think, I hope. Dr. Cass asks, and that's weirdly hard to say, did Pokemon theories interest you from a young age or did your love for them only develop after starting your channel? It did not develop just after starting it. I had it before, that's why I started it. I'd say I was interested in those playground theories, you know, the Peekaboo things. There was one about Celebi before Celebi was even a thing for us in Portugal. I think they called it Celebi because that was the name that was coming from Japan and some people had brothers with access to the internet, so they knew stuff that we didn't. And the Mew one with the truck, the one about healing your Pokemon, you know, like those rumors in the playground and all that, those fun things. And I think that I remember vividly, like even during my college years and stuff, like talking about Pokemon theories with friends that I met in college, friends that I met then at the university and all that. So I really feel that Pokemon theories were always a thing that I enjoyed. There wasn't just a medium to actually, you know, like discuss them as there is today. So I'm very happy that now that exists. But I did like them from a younger age. I don't know how young I was when I first started like making theories. I was always interested in theories for a lot of things. I really enjoyed like the lore aspect of like series or other mediums, like even music and stuff like that. Gym Leader JC asks, from your experience as a YouTuber, what advice would you give your younger you just starting out? And Jay Delado says, hi Ace, bending space and time through the Dialga and Pokémon powers, what the actual Ace would advise the old Ace to do in order for him to get those 5,000 subscribers faster. So they're kind of like one related to the other. And I'd say do what you like. Make videos about what you love. You know, I understand trying to search for something that just gets views faster. I did that with Pokemon Unite, for example. And it did give me a lot of views for a long time. One of my videos for Pokemon Unite was my most watched video. And I hated making it, you know? And your views and all that don't justify the time you put into your content. I think it's very important that you just make videos about what you actually like, because it's just easier that way. It will feel better for you to actually be known for something you really, really do enjoy. And also, everything is online nowadays. Everything. You have, you know, information about everything. How to make you sound good, how to make you look good, with the cheapest equipment possible. And if I had known that, my first videos maybe wouldn't sound as bad as they do. So look online. There's information about everything. The biggest information giver, the biggest source of information are actually the people you like watching, because they are showing you what something looks like. You can like get a lot of information from just watching their videos. Then there are actual videos or tutorials about like free editing software, cheap mics and cheap cameras, stuff like that can really help you out. And of course, like I said, make videos about what you want. Do not try to do more, try to do best. Well, that sounds wrong. Do not try to do more, try to do better. Yeah, that's it. Non-native language, so English does sometimes, you know, brain bugs and all that. So yeah, I'd say that. Make videos about what you like. I think that's the most important part, and I tried to do the opposite along the way, and it did not feel good. I think I feel a lot better now about the content that I make than the content that I used to try to make, because it just felt like it would get me there faster, you know? But there, it's so subjective, you know? Just, if you're doing something like this that really does take a lot of time, like you do have to put a lot of effort in this, do it about something that you really enjoy. Dio asks, what's your favorite Portuguese dish? Well, my favorite Portuguese dish is called carne de porco alentejana. So it's basically pork alentejana. It's a savory dish with pork meat and some clams as well, some pickles, fried potatoes, but like in squares instead of the usual like French fries. And it just tastes so damn good. You know, there are a lot of good Portuguese dishes. There really are. Like, a lot of stuff is very, very tasty. I have wonderful sweets, like ovos moles de Aveiro. It's like my favorite sweet, you know, like Portuguese sweet. It's like soft eggs from Aveiro, they would call it that. But it's like a egg custard inside of like a thin, very thin pastry. It just tastes so damn good. It will kill you if you eat a lot of those, but it just tastes so damn good. But my favorite dish that every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I want that. It's pork meat alentejana, or pork alentejana, or carne de porco alentejana. That is my favorite one, and you should try it if you ever come to Portugal. Like, it is wonderful. Dr. Cass asks, once again, hard to say, when is the ban touring the Netherlands? Well, probably never, but if we ever go there, I'm telling you, with all the Dutch people I have watching me, you will all know it for sure. So if it happens, well, I'll let you know. And finally, Cirque CM10 asks, I would like to ask, what other passion projects do you have? I have a band that I play in. I'm the lead guitar in Ladaneds, a heavy metal band from Portugal. I love music, I really do. I play guitar and I play it for not as much time as I would like to, but I try to make time to play a little bit every day. It's something that I really, really enjoy. I love reading as well. I've been trying to read more. I stopped reading for a while because, you know, no time, but I've been trying to make more time to read. I read since February, I think it was like February or something. I didn't read a lot of books for some people, but to be fair, like 1, 2, 3, 4, it was like 5 or 6 books that I read, and they're good books, you know, like fantasy books. I love fantasy, so I'm very happy with myself. I want to read even more in 2025, and I love writing. I'm writing my own novel about it's a fantasy novel, a high fantasy novel, and I have a short story that I'll release soon. I really want, like, my break in January. I want to use it to finish a lot of things, and I'm also developing more things related to that novel, to that world that I'm creating. So there, card game and all that. It's fun stuff that maybe I'll have time to finish, maybe I won't, but it is indeed what you would call a passion project. But yeah, the one that I really have time to actually put some time into, it's, you know, the music. I just played live 2 days ago. I'm recording these, I haven't played live, but I know that I'll play live in 2 days. You know, I'm trying to make this in time for me to have, you know, a bit of a holiday period without working. So, but I know on the 28th, I was on stage playing with a project not related to my band, but it's music, it's creating. I love creating. I think that's my passion. My passion is creating. I want to create, and this gives me an outlet to actually do it. And once more, thank you so much for making me creating a possibility. So thank you so much for that. And that was the last one. Thank you so much, not just for the support, but for being an actual part of my life. Thank you so much for that, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful new year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one.